Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Majorly Minor Podcast. I am your host, Marashan Ahi, and today I wanted to talk about the phrase jack of all trades. I'm sure you've heard it before. It's a very common phrase, and it's always used in conjunction with another phrase right after it, master of none. And so when you put them together, it's usually seen as an insult or a negative description of someone. So the question is, if you are a creative individual, is it better to be decent at several things or masterful at one thing? Because if you hear that phrase, you almost assume that it's better to have one focus. So I think 30 to 40 years ago, a creative person might have had one thing as their primary title. Then they might have had some other skills that they were capable of doing and maybe a few hobbies that they did in their spare time. But overall, their creative DNA all stemmed from a single title. Today, though, a creative might have several things as their primary title. This is why so many creatives are now multi-hyphenates. And then under those multiple titles, there's various skills and hobbies that are all connected to one another. But here's where it's really different. A creative person today might completely switch up their creative DNA after a few years or even a few months. At any one moment, it may look a certain way. And then at another moment, it could be something else. And that's totally okay. Think of it like a still life painting with a bunch of items. You might rearrange the items and create a new composition from time to time, but the pieces are always there. This is what being a creative is all about now. You keep rearranging all the pieces and keep evolving your painting over time. Okay, so now this is the part of the podcast where I actually reveal something from earlier. So you know that famous phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. That's not actually what the original phrase was. Over time, it changed and lost its original meaning. The very first instance where that phrase was used, it was actually, quote, a jack of all trades is oftentimes better than a master of one. So it was actually a positive thing to be a jack of all trades, not a negative. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back with another episode soon. Subscribe to the podcast if you'd like, and thanks for listening. All right, see you later.